Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Comics with Callaway, and here we've got Thor 2 and Thor 3. I've just read Thor 2, so I'm just going to quickly skim over that. It's a it's a month old, so I won't really get into detail of that one. I'm going to focus more on Thor 3, but just going to skim over Thor 2. This is Donny Cates reboot, if you want to call it that, of Thor. Just being honest, I have not read any Thor comics up until this point. I was never haven't only sort of started getting the Marvel the last few years, but I've never read Thor. So the only knowledge I have of the character is of the Thor mythos that most people know about, and from what I've seen in the MCU movies. But other than that, I don't really know anything about the character. With that being said, this Donny Cates run 1, 2, and 3, and especially number 3, I had so much fun reading this. Thor 3. This was awesome. This book, I had so much fun reading it. It was like a one hell of a ride from start to finish. Number 2 was good, and number 1 was good as well. But number 3, I had so much fun reading this, and I don't really know much about the character, and I've still read 1, 2, and 3, and still been able to read it and enjoy it. So I haven't read much of Donny Cates stuff. I haven't, as like I said, haven't read much Marvel in the past. I heard about what he was doing with Venom and Carnage and things like that, so I figured, started the channel, why not give the Thor a go? And yeah, this book is great. Number 3 was fantastic. I can't praise it enough. In my opinion, I really enjoyed it. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm a new Thor fan, so I can't really tell you if this disrespects the old lore or wrecks the character or anything. I can't tell you that because I haven't read the Thor comics from the 80s and 90s and things like that. So, but this book, loved it. Let's get into it. So Thor 2, sorry, Thor 2, as we've seen in Thor 1, Galactus busted into Asgard, injured or hurt from the black winter is coming. So he needs to go and devour and feed on 5 different worlds to get his strength back and to survive. So they go to a planet called where was it? They go to a planet. I think it's Clips. Sorry about that. They go to a planet called Clips, and Galactus wants to feed on it and in turn kill everyone there. And Thor's not having that. Thor doesn't want that. And because Galactus gives Thor his power, he thinks that he owns Thor and Thor should obey him. And Thor, being the king of Asgard, he's not seeing it that way. So he gets into a fight with Galactus, and he throws his hammer and takes his fingers out, takes out his leg with his hammer. So they fight, and then he saves and then Galactus tries to destroy the world and the planet. So Thor builds a Bifrost, and he takes the citizens of Clips to Asgard, and then Galactus feeds on the world and destroys it all. And Thor's not happy because he said he made these people a promise that when the Black Winter is taken care of and Galactus is fed on the worlds and stuff, that the people of Clips could return to their home. And now they can't because Galactus has destroyed the planet when he was feeding on it. And then it ends with Beta Ray Bill turning up. So that's issue 2. So we won't get. You've all probably read that one. So this is the new one. This is Thor 3. It's just come out on Wednesday. Again, guys, sorry if these are a bit late. Wi-Fi is terrible. I've had no Wi-Fi for the last 2 days, and even today it's struggling. So I'm just recording all my videos, and then hopefully I'll be able to upload them all tomorrow, and I'll let you guys know. So Thor 3, it's Donny Cates and Nick Klein. Again, like I said, I had so much fun reading this book. We start off with this wicked page of Thor holding his hammer. And then this page, I really love this page. There's a line in here. He's talking. Long ago, God of Thunder waged war against an army of thousands, alone, without sleep, without food, without failing, uninterrupted for 2 entire years, armed only with his hammer and the lightning in his wake. And why, you may ask? You've never heard of this mighty feat. So then we get this shot of Thor in a battle, and it is because Thor has forgotten it. And Donny Cates, the writing in this it's great. In fact, if he is reminded of the battle at all, the God of Thunder could not tell you who the adversaries are. And then it says, or what the war was about, or even the name of the battle lands themselves. For in the mind of an undying and ageless God, what is 2 years of raging war but a fraction of a second? A decade may be remembered as a minute, 100 years an hour, if the hour even be worthy. It is impossible to know the true legends of Thor, of the battles he has won with the foes he has vanquished, the countless bodies of the wicked that lay unburied in his name, because of one such as a newly crowned king of Asgard. In time they will be forgotten, lost in the ocean of his immortal mind. The writing in this page, it really, like, when I read it, I thought, wow, that's pretty crazy. Like, you think about, in our lives, we only lived 70, 80 years, and this is what I thought when I first read this page. I sat and thought about it for a little bit. In a week, in a normal human life, in a week, you don't remember every minute of every day. So if you're living beyond 1,000 years, a war that took place over a year's time, that would only feel like, you probably wouldn't remember it. So that, I might be wrong, but that's how I understood it, and I really did like that line, where it's like a decade a minute, and yeah, so that's I really like that, and the pages, the art's very good, and we got Beta Ray Bill, and in this, Beta Ray Bill and Thor, they fight because Beta Ray Bill doesn't like that Thor is allied himself with Galactus. He believes he's forgotten who he is, where he comes from, and things like that. So they fight, and Beta Ray Bill says, I know this is not you, brother, and I will have my vengeance on Galactus for corrupting your honor. Thor says, he has taken my people's home, he shall not take you as well. I'm sorry, that's what Beta Ray Bill said, sorry. Until then, that I shall not yield until you are moved, and Thor says, hey, I know it, and then have at it. So then Beta Ray Bill goes to attack Thor, and Thor just hits him with his hammer and just hits him a million miles away. So they're fighting, and here, where was it? They're talking about how Thor's hammer has been heavy, and can he lift it? And so they're fighting each other, and Galactus gets involved because Galactus says, the cosmic is mine alone to wield. You are my herald. I gave you your power. And so Thor doesn't agree with Galactus because Galactus thinks he gave Thor his power, so he owns him, whereas Thor doesn't see it that way. So then they're fighting here, and then Thor, they're still fighting. The action in this book is crazy. Like the fighting between Thor and Beta Ray Bill, so they're fighting again, and where's this? Sorry, guys, this one page. Thor's like, "I will not be judged by you," and he throws the hammer at Beta Ray Bill, and Beta Ray Bill catches it, and Thor says, "Bill, let it go. I will take your arm with it if I must. But there is no power in the universe strong enough to stop my hammer once called to my hand." And Beta Ray Bill's still holding it. He's struggling, and he's like, "And yet," and it's still in his hand. And Thor is like, "Let it go, it will kill you." And Beta Ray Bill's like, "Never." And Beta Ray Bill says, "No, you do not deserve it. You are not worthy." So Thor's like, "Fine." He's like, "I'll use another." So Thor calls for Stormbreaker, and Stormbreaker comes out of Beta Ray's hands into Thor's, and then they boom, then big blast goes on, and they keep fighting, and Beta Ray Bill's he's toast, he's buggered, and he's like, I'm not your brother." And Thor's like, "Damn you." And then they get a big lightning strike, and the Bifrost thing here, someone turns up, and they says, "I have watched for more than enough. If you wish to continue this insanity, then I am truly sorry, Thor." And boom, through is the only way. And that's what Thor said to Beta Ray Bill previously. "You got to go through me." So yeah, the action in this book was from start to finish. There's a narration at the start just explaining things, but there was like this, you open up the book and you got this as the first page. Just an amazing shot of Thor holding his hammer, and you get this beautiful art here, and it's just action from start to finish. Great read, really enjoyed it, and as I said, I'm someone that doesn't know much about the Thor character at all, aside from what I've known in the movies. And as we all know as comic fans, the movies don't do the character as much justice anymore. So if you know like the Thor of the movies, it's usually not Thor of the comics or any character. So, and Donny Cates, he's killing it as a writer, and when I mean killing it, I mean like crushing it. He's writing really well. Nick Klein, the art's really good, suits it well, and I'll be definitely picking up number 4. Had so much fun reading this. I keep saying that, but I can't stress out enough how much fun I had reading this book. There was no stop, start, action, boring. It was just action and thrilling right through, and just it held you in. Like sometimes I'll read a comic book and you'll be really into it, and then all of a sudden you'll find yourself skipping a few pages ahead to see how many pages you got left because you're bored reading it. And it's just like this book was all the way through. It had me on the edge of your seat, and just really good book. So Thor fans, I'm sure, let me know if you like it, if you think it's good. I haven't read much Thor, as I said, so I can't tell you if this really denigrates the character or not, or if this is really good in fans' eyes. But as far as a new reader, I loved it. Definitely picking up the next one. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Spread the word, and we'll help grow the channel together. As I said, Wi-Fi troubles yesterday, today, and it's still going on now. So the videos are going to be uploaded a little bit late. I would have liked to have had them all done by now, but 21st century problems with no internet. So that's where we're at. So thanks, guys. Have a good one. See you next time.